life is so hard, hard on my head. Don't follow me in my footsteps. There's something there that could miss. You're in, you're in. I've been talking to. I've been talking to the Hitman's Retirement Club. Blood on my fists, works body failed. I told them not to linger. My itchy trigger fingers to blame, to blame. I've been talking to. I've been talking to the Hitman's Retirement Club, the club. Hey little boy, please shake my hand. Time for a long goodbye. They've made me a nice necktie. They claim, they claim. I've been talking to. I've been talking to the Hitman's Retirement Club. I've been talking to. I've been talking to. I've been talking to. I've been talking to the Hitman's Retirement Club. Welcome to the club, the end of all our crimes. Welcome to our club, the end of all our lives. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Hello, welcome to Guitar Trek. I am Richard J. Dowling, and every week I upload an original song. This week was the Hitman's Retirement Home. And before I get into that, I had some interesting news this week. I don't know what the best way of going about saying it is, but basically, the recent Blue Origin flight with William Shatner, one of the astronauts on board is also a musician, and he put up a thread on Reddit saying that he was going to take with him music from people who submitted songs to him up into space on a USB drive, and then he was going to auction that USB drive for charity. So it's a sort of charity oriented event. The pen drive was in a Star Trek insignia, Federation insignia pattern, and I was one of the lucky ones to get a song on there. So one of my old Forest and Dove songs, which is called, well, it's called CC Carousel, simply because it was quite a long title. It should be Cryptic Cosmic Carousel, but that doesn't really, in the song it works quite well, but it's easier to say CC Carousel. So I sent them that, and so that went up with William Shatner on Blue Origins, along with many other songs. and it's just, I mean, it's not like my song has been beamed out into galactic space, but it was nice. It was just a nice little, thing. So I got a message from him saying, because at the time he didn't respond, he was being inundated with songs. Dr. Crispy is his musician's name, and I'm afraid I don't remember his real name. I'll put the links and information in the description below. So I didn't really know about it until after it happened. I got an email just a couple of days back saying that my track what had gone up and was on a SoundCloud playlist. I don't know if there's a Spotify playlist as well. I don't know, but and soon he's going to be auctioning off that USB drive. So it's nice to be involved with something with a positive vibe, and it's certainly nice for Guitar Trek to be associated with William Shatner. So there we go. But so the song was very simple, B minor. So that's D major, E major, and the E major is, if we're in the key of B minor, then it should be an E minor chord. But the E major gives it different sound. It's slightly outside of the key, so it sounds a bit. For me, it's always a bit more interesting. And I was thinking recently, because my son off his own back is getting really into a lot of guitar bands from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s up until the Strokes. He likes the Strokes, and then beyond that, I don't think he's really discovered anyway. But he's been listening a lot to the Smiths. And the Smiths, I mean, the thing is about the Smiths is that I understand. I mean, the guitarist is a great guitarist. The songs are great, but there's something about Morrisey's voice that I never really connected with. I mean, I appreciate his lyrics, and in fact, the reason I'm mentioning this is because on this particular song, I wanted to do something because I was so impressed. Because my son had been getting into the Smiths, I started listening again to them, and realised that the lyrics are just amazing, and the best, at least the best titles in the world. Shoplifters of the world unite. It's just amazing. So I wanted to do something along a similar line, and this riff made me think, oh, well, that's a sort of Smith style. I had a guitar riff which I wasn't able to play as part of the song, but when I get around to recording it, or if somebody else wants to record it in a full studio version, the guitar riff would be something like this. Something like that anyway, played it with this. But I couldn't really, I have this problem of like when I'm playing chords, it's difficult to then switch into playing a riff. And because of the time available, not much time for rehearsal, so I just did the simplified chord version. And the melody is quite nice because it jumps around a lot, and I went through lots of variations planning out the melody, so it's... So the first phrase, then I repeat that, and then I add to it, it gets more complicated. Then at the end, it sort of simplifies again, I can't really sing it. And the chorus is just an F sharp minor going into an E, which gives a sort of epic sound. And then back into the verse cycle of chords. So the first line, "Hey little boy," just came in when I was coming up with the melody. Hey little boy. And I don't know why, but just trying to think of along the lines of what would Morrisey do. I came up with the Hitmen's Retirement Club, and the song. At first, I thought, well, maybe is it a place? Do I describe it? But then it gradually morphed. I did a few verses and threw them away, and eventually sort of settle on this line of there's an old hitman who's going to retire, and he sees a younger guy or boy following in his footsteps, and he doesn't want him to, because he doesn't want him to follow in that line of work. And the Hitmen's Retirement Club, in my mind, I mean, you can interpret it how you want, but in my mind, there is no actual club. You just get a bullet in your head and you're out, and that's the end of the game, sort of thing. That was the idea, which I didn't express directly in the lyrics, but I would probably express it with like a very abrupt end in the song if there was a full studio version, because I often like to think that one of the things I like to do with my songs is that a song is not just some music and some words on top. There is a sort of synergy between the two, and a lot of the meaning of the song, or some of the meaning of the song, should be transmitted by the music itself, and the lyrics are there. You know, they're sort of filling in gaps in a way. I mean, John Lennon, I don't know exactly how he phrased it, but he often said that you can tell what a song's about by listening to it without really listening to the lyrics. I mean, you should be able to get the meaning of the song through the melody and through the sound. So that's why it's a sort of stream of consciousness in the verses. I don't have the lyrics with me right now, so I can't remember them. As soon as they're done and I've recorded it, then I'm on to the next one. But so that was a sort of thinking about it, that it's a little bit surreal and a little bit abstract, and it leaves you open for the listener to sort of interpret it how you will. I mean, there's another through line of this where you could say, okay, it's not really a hitman. It's just a sort of song about masculinity, and an older man's masculinity is fading away, and a younger man's is coming into its prime, and he wants to warn him about, you know, I don't know, about toxic masculinity or whatever. I mean, I think if you leave a little amount of space in the lyric, it allows the listener to bring their own life to it and have a relationship with it. If everything is set out very, very clearly, then there's no real room, there's no conversation, it's more of a monologue, is the way I think of it. And that's that. I don't know if there's anything else I want to say. One of the members of my community, Kenzu, has embarked on a Song a Week project as well, and so I'm very happy to see that. It's nice to feel in some small way maybe I've inspired somebody to write songs, so that's great. And that's it for today. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.